Hey YouTube, Fanta here with my impressions on the Star Wars Battlefront beta. I played the beta every single day for a few hours to see if my opinion would change over the course of the 4-day period. And I have to say that I am excited for the full game to come out, but I do have some problems with it as well. The original two Battlefront games were favorites of mine as a kid. It had everything I wanted in a Star Wars game, from huge epic battles to dogfights in space. This Battlefront game is so far looking to be lacking these features. Space battles still have not been announced. The player count is capped at only 40 when the PC version of Battlefront 2 allowed up to 64, and the game itself definitely does not feel like a Battlefront game. Some of these problems can be solved in future updates, but it's almost certain that EA is going to charge for space battles in future DLC packs. However, even though there are quite a few missing features to this game, the gameplay itself was a blast. See TIE fighters and X-Wings dogfight above you as AT-ATs and AT-STs are slowly marching in from the distance, all while you're trying to flank the enemy that is keeping your rebel buddies stuck in the trenches with blaster fire, is really an immersive feeling. DICE's wonderful sound design only adds to this feeling with the spot-on sounds of blasters and explosions that feel like they are ripped right from the movie. In the beta, 3 modes were shown off from the full game: Survival, a small 6 vs 6 King of the Hill style mode, and the 20 vs 20 Battle of Hoth. Survival is a horde style game mode in which players work together to survive against wave after wave of enemies. When this mode was first announced, I groaned at the idea of another wave survival game mode, but I surprisingly enjoyed this mode, mostly due to the fact that I enjoyed decimating stormtroopers with just a few blasts of my blaster rifle. There's a lot of potential in this mode, but it'll be interesting to see what the other maps are like, and what other features it might have to keep it entertaining. The 6 vs 6 mode felt a lot like Call of Duty due to the smaller size of the map, quick time to kill, and the lack of vehicles. It wasn't necessarily a bad mode, but this mode felt the least like Battlefront of all of them. My favorite of the 3 was definitely the 20 vs 20 Battle of Hoth. This map is unbalanced, and even the developers have admitted that, but the fun moments I had during my time on this mode far outshined the balancing problems that annoyed a lot of players. Moments like the time that I was on the rebel side, and I was trying to hold the line against the Empire, as pilots and snowspeeders desperately attempted to tie up the AT-AT's legs. Or the time when I was on the Empire side, and I used the AT-AT to call in an aerial strike to take out a group of rebels that were holding an advantageous position. Another thing that did bother me about this map though, was that instead of having vehicle spawns, they instead had random icons scattered around the map. And this included spawns to get in, or coins to get into not only vehicles on the ground, but also vehicles in the air as well. So if you wanted to use an X-Wing or TIE fighter, or if you wanted to use an AT-ST, you had to find a coin on the battlefield, which was really frustrating. It takes away from the immersion when you have to stop, get the coin, and then spend a couple seconds to actually get into the vehicle. Because it doesn't just spawn out and then you get into it. Your guy has to get down in this weird crouching position for about 2 to 3 seconds, and then you all of a sudden appear in the vehicle. This really pulls you out of the game, and I feel like if they just had vehicles laying out for you to use, it'd be a lot better. Before I end this review, I need to mention just a few more things that tarnish this game and keep me on the fence from buying it. Just like the Battlefield series, EA is demanding an insane $50 for the Season Pass. And just a warning to anyone looking to buy this game, the only difference between the normal edition and the deluxe edition of this game is the inclusion of 2 exclusive emotes, which are when you hit the top of the D-pad, your character will show an emote. He'll like point or wave, he'll do something, but there's 2 exclusive emotes that you get if you get the deluxe edition. All the other items that are mentioned in the deluxe edition are not marked as exclusives, and are instead just instant unlocks instead of having to buy them in the game. So I really don't think it's worth the extra 20 bucks just to get your character to wave in a different way. So, if you were unable to play the beta and were unsure about buying the game, hopefully this review helped you out a bit. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and comment what you thought about the beta. Thanks for watching.